Hey there, comic book fans. Here's a video I decided to make celebrating the end of Revival. We got 47 issues of it, so I just wanted to kind of show off all of the covers from it over the years that I got, all 47 of them. And here, July 2012, that's issue 1 right there, and issue 2. I think this one's a Jenny Frison cover. She did a lot of their covers. That looks like Tony Harris, but I'm not sure. I didn't look up who did all these covers right now, but I figured we'll flip through them. There's 1 and 2. There's 3. Tough to tell who did that one because it's all ghost. There's 4. Nice. The Revivals are a story of this small town in Wisconsin where the dead come back to life. There's 5. That looks like a Jenny Frison. Frison. I don't know how to say her name. I've only heard people on YouTube say it. There's 6. Nice one there. I think that's Jenny again. And this is the main character's the main character is the sheriff in this small town. Or she a deputy and her father is the sheriff. She's the deputy, and this is her little sister, who she didn't know was one of the revived till later on. There's our lead character, number 7. She's the deputy in this small town. Cover number 8, another Jenny Frison cover. I think these all are Jenny Frison, or Frison one. There's 9. 10. Oh, these are nice. I haven't looked at these since I put them away, when they first came out. So we're probably, at number 10, we're probably on to around 2014 now. Number 11, there's an excellent cover. That's the little sister. The little sister is always in the hoodie with the red stitching on it. That's how you can tell it's her. And I think that, who's that little boy? Is that the babysitter and our lead character's son? I can't remember. Oh, look, a Scotty Young cover. I don't have many Scotty Young covers for anything. There's number 12. Cover number 13. That was a little girl who's also a reviver. She was one of the main characters in the book who came by and gave us information every now and then. The spooky little girl. Number 14. Once again, there's the hoodie with the red striping on it, or red. And it was always kind of like a fashion statement. It's like, is it really sewn up or is it just thread? Okay, here's our lead character, the sheriff's deputy in a small town. Wow, that's a nice one. One of the themes in the book was water, since there was a creek that ran through the town that had something to do with, they kept trying to figure out what this creek had to do with people coming back to life. So it was a theme of water throughout the book. So you can see that theme on the cover. And of course, the theme of the Angel of Death. Oh, I wonder who did that one. There's a nice creepy half-dead guy cover. Number 19, there's a dog, and also there were these ghost-like creatures that came with the revival. That had something to do with everything that's going on, and they would sometimes hurt people, sometimes help people. That part of the book was them trying to figure out what those were. And here, I don't remember there's the younger sister who's the reviver with Jesus. Not quite sure what that one is. And here's where the older sister, the sheriff's deputy, had to take she took a trip to New York City. I think it was the only time in the book that they were outside of the small town in Wisconsin. And I can't even remember why she had to take the trip to New York City, but she ended up finding some people who were smuggling parts of the revival corpses out to New York City. So they're having parties and eating them to help people get healthy or something. And then later on, roses and a deer. Later on, there was animals coming back to life, and that had something to do with the theme too. So you can see that popping up there. This is still part of our New York story, issue number 23. And we're back to Wisconsin. You can see this cover's all symbolic. Actually, did we skip... hold on, we skipped 24. That's 25. They must have gotten out of order. But we're still symbolic. We're back in Wisconsin in the snow with the flowers coming out of someone's skull. So let's take these down and make some room for the next ones. Let's see, what more revival do we have? There's number 25. Our symbolic Wausau is the name of the town in Wisconsin, and it is an actual town in Wisconsin that Tim Seeley, the writer, spent time in. It said in the lived in for 20 years or something. It said in the last issue, and we've got Hero, another. I guess he's trying to be an angel there, but trying to be. Was he? I can't remember who that character was. There was one. He reminds me of there was one character in the book who was sort of did these jackass kind of stunts. Except since he was a revivaler, if he hurt or killed himself, he'd just heal back to normal. So he was doing these crazy stunts online. Once again, we return to the theme of water and the fish. You can see the dead, revived fish. They once again had something to do with the story as they were trying to figure out what this creek had to do with anyone. Oh, there's a creepy one. Once again, water. It was a well, which once also had something to do with, like you said, there was a lot of water motifs going on in this story. I guess as you know, all life springs from water, so there was a lot of water motifs going on as they tried to figure out stuff. And there we go with I think that's getting all symbolic there too. That's the younger daughter, and I think she was having an affair with one of her professors at one point. And so that's kind of symbolic of that. It didn't end well. And here we go. This is when finally, around issue 30, the military moved in. And that's literal and symbolic there as they started locking up the revivers to try to figure out what was going on. Oh, there's a nice devilish one. Scary cover with a pregnant woman with an upside-down cross on her. I'm not quite sure what the Satanist stuff had to do with it. And here's where we have the older sister and the younger sister. She had to track her down for some reason and bring her in, and that's a nice cover. I think that's a Jenny Frazone one, too. I'm not sure who did this scary cover, but that's pretty nice. Well, all these kind of illustrative ones are Jenny Frazone. She's got that sort of watercolorish style that looks very referenced and pretty. There's another one of the younger sister in the camp where that's a ghost, one of the ghosts that came along with the revival behind her as they try to figure out what the heck is going on. Here's issue 34, there's the older sister who's the sheriff's deputy. I guess she's looking for her younger sister again. These two were kind of estranged before the story began too, so they kind of bonded as the story came together. There's the younger sister with a nice symbol of death above her. She was the younger sister was the symbol of death a lot to her older sister because she died and revived herself, and at the beginning of the story, the older sister didn't even know her younger sister had died and revived because there was something in the story where her younger sister had been murdered just as the revival thing started, and they were trying to figure out who murdered her the whole series too. There's one of the main characters, Lester Magic, is that his name? He's kind of this, I don't know what you'd call him, Jack LaLanne-ish figure, who is all about, he's an older man who's all about staying healthy and staying young and trying to live as many years as you can, kind of like Jack LaLanne was in the end years of his life. And there he is dancing with death. Issue 37. Oh, someone's getting a tattoo of roses. I don't know what this one's supposed to mean. It looks like a Jenny Frazone cover again because of how illustrative it is, and you can see the watercolor-like stuff in there, but it's probably digital watercolor because it's so neat. And there, I always liked this cover too. It's done in fake crayon. Once again, I think that's a Jenny Frison one. Prison. I think that was our lead character's son. I guess he came to the fore in that one. Here's another one I always liked too. Jenny Frison, looking like an old Japanese silk painting. This was a new character who was introduced right about here, who's an Amish ninja. It's like, okay. And here we go. This is our lead character wearing her sister's hoodie, except that the lead character had to go on the run, the sheriff's deputy, and she dyed her hair blonde at the end. So it got all confusing. And next we have, okay, this was the same little girl we saw at the beginning, who shows up dropping some mysterious information every now and then, and these are our ghosts behind her. And here's, let's see, is that the older sister or the younger sister? She doesn't have the hoodie. That's a tough call, but here they are at the bridge. That must be the older sister, because as you can see here, as the story went on, the younger sister was pregnant. So that's her in her hoodie. Here we go, we're on to issue 44, where we've got, we got the whole cast of characters here. There's Lester Magic, there's the younger sister who's now pregnant, there's the older sister who's now blonde, there's the Amish ninja, and the Amish ninja daughter. And here's issue number 45. This is one of the new characters later on in the book. She was I guess I'd call her a resistance character, because as the military took over and started misbehaving, some of the townsfolk started forming a resistance because the military was acting all wrong. So she was one of them. What's that, issue 45? Issue 46. There's Lester Magic on the. Okay, we have a dead deer skull here. This is the creek has turned to blood. That's how you can tell we're getting near the end. Once again, our water theme. And the final issue was 47. Once again, red blood. I guess they really went with the red covers at the end there. That's the older sister with her now blonde short hair, and the younger sister being pulled down to death in the creek. And there was one other additional issue, which was the Revival Chew crossover. I never bought Chew. Let me see, is there a double cover on this? There we go. It's Chew Revival Chew. But there you go. There's a look at all 47 covers of Revival, 48 with Revival Chew. So you guys all have a good day out there.